Is this Liverpool or the Premier League maybe getting to the peak? Is there much more to be extracted from it? This video is being sponsored by our friends at Surfshark. Now, you've probably heard people talking about VPN providers a lot, and I'm going to explain to you why it's a plus and why hopefully you should go with our friends at Surfshark. So Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to look at the internet entirely anonymously and unlock the world's largest Netflix libraries, the likes of the USA and Japan. It also keeps you safe and secure from hackers. Let's imagine you're out and about, you're having a cup of coffee, you're in college, you're in the pub, something like that. They use industry-leading measures, uncrackable encryption, and the most secure VPN protocols to keep you safe and secure while you're having a look on the internet. Also, one subscription will run across all of your devices, meaning that there is no need to look elsewhere. One subscription, you got your phone covered, your laptop covered, whatever it is that you need. Surfshark is really easy to install as well. And right now, you can get an amazing 85% off and 3 months additional free by using our link in the description and the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. That is 85% off and 3 months additional free, meaning it works out at less than $2 a month. Now, this offer runs until the end of this year only, so if you're looking for a VPN provider, look no further. Our friends at Surfshark have got you covered. What is up, my friends, and welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. There is 3 main topics tonight that I'm going to be speaking about. Who's a more attractive proposition to any potential buyer, Liverpool or Manchester United? What's happening with Luis Diaz's future? And Liverpool have once again been linked to Marco Asensio of Real Madrid. So you know the drill by now. I want to know your thoughts on these subjects. Drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Let's start off with Asensio. This is a rumour that comes up at least multiple times every transfer window for the last 3 years that I can remember. Now, what makes it a little bit interesting is that he is out of contract at Real Madrid at the end of the upcoming season, meaning if he so wished, he could sign an agreement to join the club at the end of the season in January. Once that club is outside of La Liga, you know, he's able to do that in January. So will we be in for him? Well, I'm sure that if he was available, we'd be interested, but you have to take his own words into account. And he did say that he'd like to spend the next 10 years at Real Madrid, but the decision isn't just up to him. It is up to Florentino Perez and the Madrid board. So I think he's angling and hoping for a new deal to stay there. But if he does move on, it wouldn't surprise me if he moves to somewhere like Liverpool, maybe even an Arsenal. He would be a very attractive proposition on a, quotation marks, free transfer, but we all know there's no such thing as a free lunch. He would get a huge signing on fee and I'm sure big wages. So let me know your thoughts on Asensio. He scored today, I believe, in Spain's rout of Costa Rica, 7-0 with, if I'm not mistaken, 6 different goal scorers. So would you take him at Liverpool? How much do you think you'd be willing to part with in wages if he was to come? And do you think he'll move from Real Madrid or stay there for the long term? Now I move on to Luis Diaz, because something today caught my eye about Luis Diaz. And look, we'll take it with a pinch of salt, but he did say that it's always been a dream of his since a child to go and play in Spain at some point. Again, totally understandable. When you get players coming in from South America, they often dream of playing in Spanish-speaking countries for Real Madrid, Barcelona, you know, the big boys in that part of the world, the big boys that speak their language. So it's no surprise to me to see it. I just hope that it doesn't happen for quite a while yet, because look, we're very happy with Luis Diaz's start at Liverpool, and in fairness to him, he does go on to speak about how happy he is to play for Liverpool and what a huge club it is and how he's honoured to be here, and he's very grateful for the opportunity. So I'm not saying that he's trying to angle for a move away or anything like that, but it is worth keeping in mind. So if in 2, 3, 4 years time, maybe a big club from Spain comes in for him, you know, it's nice that he's at least being honest about it and said that, yeah, someday maybe I do have ambitions to go and play in Spain. I've no problems with that personally. I'd rather that than the Coutinho situation where he just says, no, I'm staying. And then all of a sudden, do you know what, lads, actually let me go, because it's now or never for me to go to Barcelona. So that's where I am with him. And again, I'm always very understanding of that from a Spanish-speaking player or somebody from South America, because again, cultural similarities are there, and it'd be a far easier transition, I'm sure, than coming to an English-speaking club like Liverpool. So if he's done that and he succeeds at Liverpool, I'm sure moving to a Spanish-speaking club would be no bother to him whatsoever. Now I move on to the big topic of today's video. Who is a more attractive proposition for potential buyers now that we know that Manchester United is also going on the market? Liverpool or Manchester United? And I guess I'm going to try and give you my answer to that question and be as respectful, of course, to both clubs as possible. For me, it comes down to what you want and what you're willing to spend or invest. So as an example, so Jim Ratcliffe has come back out of the woodwork today, and apparently he does have an interest now in buying Manchester United. He'd ruled out buying an English club just last week when he didn't think United were on the market and Liverpool were, and said that he doesn't think there's any value to be added in buying an English club, and that there's potential value or a lot of value to be added over there in his project in Nice. So bit of backtracking, but look, if United is his club, you can understand that. If it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, why not? So where I'm going with this is, the reason I think that they're both attractive, but for different reasons, is as follows. If you come to buy Liverpool Football Club right now, you're buying a club that won't need much capital expenditure. You won't need the stadium improved too much. The Annie Road end's about to be done. We know that the main stand has been done, the club store has been done, the area around Anfield, and of course, the AXA training facility as well. So any new owner coming in there will know that there's no huge expensive projects that need to be undertaken. Now, they will know that you'll need to come in and improve the squad. We need midfielders, we need investment there, no doubt about that. You also, of course, know that you have the certainty of Jurgen Klopp, who signed a contract extension, and you know that Liverpool are a club that has massively grown their turnover over the past few years as well to be one of the top 5 grossing football clubs in the world. But if you flip that and look at Manchester United, you've also got an attractive proposition, but maybe for a different reason. So United are a huge club, a behemoth, traded publicly on the stock exchange. But the way they're being run by the Glazers, you don't need me to tell you, it hasn't exactly been all straightforward. They've been hemorrhaging money because of the way that they've leveraged the club to buy it, and they've been paying huge amounts out. So any new owner would want to come in and immediately sort that out, I would suggest. But they will also know that they're going to have to spend money to revamp Old Trafford, because it isn't once what it was. When the Premier League started, United went about building up that stadium. They did an amazing job. But even the most ardent, hardcore United fans would admit right now, it needs a little bit of TLC. We've all seen the roof leaking and stuff like that. Add to that the likes of Ronaldo's comments around Carrington and the fact that it hasn't really been updated since he was there, and that they need new technology and all this kind of stuff. And you think to yourself, well, probably a lot of money to be spent there. Yeah, but that's not necessarily just a negative for anyone looking to buy United, because just as FSG have done with Liverpool, if you do come into Old Trafford and you do improve Old Trafford as a stadium and you improve Carrington and a few other bits and pieces, you're probably adding value to the club. I mean, I always like to equate it to me or you buying a house, going in there, lashing on a kitchen extension, maybe converting the loft, doing up the back garden, tarting it all up and then selling it on for a profit. Maybe somebody will want that to add value to United, because adding value to Liverpool is going to be tricky. Yes, there will be some added value because TV revenues and stuff like that will grow over the years, and Premier League football clubs have only been going in one direction. But John W. Henry made his money trading commodities, which is buy low, sell high. So he's probably looking at this thinking, is this Liverpool or the Premier League maybe getting to the peak? Is there much more to be extracted from it? Some people will feel, yes, there's a lot more media rights and a lot more revenue streams, if you look at the NFL as an example, that they could tap into. The NFL, I think, have a 10-year, 100 billion TV deal, which is absolutely nuts. So maybe a new owner will feel that they'll bank on that. But what we as fans want, I guess, is just somebody to come in, not rock the boat too much, but just give Jurgen Klopp a little bit more money to spend so we can compete. And I did read an article in the Echo today that suggested that senior sources at Liverpool were shocked when they found out that FSG on the 7th of November were willing to sell the club and not just take on an investment, because we did hear Klopp and a couple of others say they knew that FSG were willing to take on an investment, but apparently senior figures were a little bit surprised that that investment could lead to a full sale to the club. So I guess I want to know from you guys, who do you think's more attractive proposition? A Manchester United with maybe some value to be added through improving the facilities, or a Liverpool that's pretty well polished right now, but maybe value could be added elsewhere, somewhere perhaps that I've completely missed and you guys can help me out with? That's it for me today, guys. But again, I do want to know your thoughts on the subject to speak about. It's been a good day at the World Cup, plenty of goals. I'll chat to you guys tomorrow. Much love. Bye-bye.